Auntie Peg, all right?
Hello, everybody. How's everyone going today? It's the ID84 show live here in Revere, Massachusetts. I forgot I borrowed my adapter for my headphones. It's in my van.
Oh.
All right, so I can't hear myself.
Oh, no.
I guess that's all right.
Do you like hearing yourself?
I like hearing myself in a sexual environment here. We're live here. We're new time here, 7 o'clock, but not a new day. We're going to go back to Wednesdays, I think, right?
Yeah, it just works out.
So you're going to watch today and enjoy yourselves, and everyone's going to touch themselves, get excited and everything, and then we'll be back to in 9 days.
It's weird seeing this now with the light. There's light in the background now. Usually it's dark out.
Well, actually, can we start Wednesdays in 2 weeks? Because next Wednesday will be the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and probably none of us will be around.
No.
So we're going to be on next Monday. We'll do next Monday.
What are you doing for the 4th, by the way?
I have no idea.
I'll probably be with you.
Cool. We're thinking, you going to come to New York City with us?
Oh, no. I'm not coming.
We're thinking about taking the bus for the day.
Well, I got to work the next day, though. Do you have to work the next day?
No, but she has a flight early in the morning. So we'll be probably back around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock
At
maybe.
night? Oh, okay. That's not bad.
We're thinking about maybe taking the
Fung Hua?
the mega bus has a $15 each way.
Just take the Fung Hua with some chickens.
Yeah,
in it.
exactly. So the food in the back.
Yeah.
We're thinking about taking the bus like at the 5:30 in the morning bus on the 4th, and just kind of sleeping and pre-gaming on the bus,
Okay.
and then maybe spending 8 hours in the city, and then taking like the I don't know, like the 7 o'clock bus back to Boston, and getting back here like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and
It really isn't an awkward time. It's on Wednesday, right? Yeah,
it
it's
is.
on Wednesday.
My office closed down from Wednesday to Friday,
Oh,
so
you lucky bastard.
so I'm and then Sue's gone for the weekend for a bachelorette party.
That's right.
That's when we're gonna get wild.
Where's she going again? South Carolina.
Fort Lauderdale?
Oh, I thought she was going to the Carolinas.
No, we're going to Carolinas.
No, we're not. We're going.
We're going to Georgia. What? I was like, wait a minute. That's not until September.
I know.
I have still plenty of time to call this wedding off. I noticed Sue's balls isn't in the studio today. She's still at work on her way up here.
Yeah.
Which is nice when we do the show early because she can't hear half the stuff I say. Because she never goes back and watches these shows. I can guarantee that.
No.
Never.
Definitely not. No.
She doesn't even watch and listen to the show while we're here.
No, we could say anything.
Yeah.
No, she like zeroes in on key things that you might say, and then she picks at that.
Oh, like when I call the wrong name? Like
Yeah.
I did that
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's only happened once in our almost 3-year relationship. So,
It's gonna.
hey,
happen.
listen, it happens once in a while.
It
you know?
does.
I call her my mother's name sometimes before. That was kind of weird.
I've been called the dog's name.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, my brother's name and all that stuff.
Well, your brother. Yeah,
happens.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but the old family dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Stanley. You know what I mean?
Your mom's called you Stanley,
Yeah, so that was the dog's name.
but she's called you Stanley.
Yeah, once. Yeah, it happened a couple times. And I'm like, what?
Like, Ma, you're all right.
But yeah,
You call
plenty
me
of time.
Stanley?
Plenty of time to call this off. In fact, maybe you just have a fetish for bachelor parties,
Maybe.
and then you just want to keep having them.
If that was the case, dude, I would just be I would run a business where I arrange bachelor parties. Like all I do is
That'd be
set
awesome.
bachelor parties up for guys.
That'd be cool.
That'd be like a what do they call it? Like a what's one of those people that doesn't do the work, but that consultant. I'd be a bachelor party consultant.
Planner. Oh,
Yeah, so you can hire me. Dude, this is a great business. We should get into this shit. You're going to hire Adam and I, and maybe the Power Hour, and we're going to you're going to come with us, and we have a consultation. You're going to tell us what you think you want to do for your bachelor party, and we're going to interview your best man. And we're going to kind of come up with an idea and a budget, and we're going to go as, how do you say it, as chauffeurs, not chauffeurs, but like as guides, if you will.
The thing is though, I liked it, but we
Dude,
couldn't
every
participate
Saturday.
in the bachelor. We're not their friends.
I know.
That's the problem. We can't
No,
participate.
but we're just hanging out to set things up for them. So we're gonna like set up like the to get into the clubs. So
Okay.
we'll be with them to get them into the clubs.
Yeah.
And we'll set up VIPs at the strip clubs. Cause we'll have we'll have the connections and stuff.
True.
And then we'll go down. So every weekend of our lives for the rest of our lives. We'll be on bachelor parties. Me, Eric, and Adam. I hope everyone enjoys this because I think that's gonna be a great time.
It'll be a lot of fun.
And we can bring right there. Hold on, Alex Wallace will
Yes,
come
we
with us.
could.
Look at this. No matter how early we are, or
Alex
what day
Wallace.
we're on. Alex Wallace is watching and tuning in here.
Wouldn't it be messed up if like Alex Wallace is just a bot and like
It was.
everybody who does these streams gets an Alex Wallace? It's just a different name.
Imagine. He said something about Magic City in Atlanta. Well, I'm going to Atlanta Labor Day weekend. Tell me more about Magic City, Alex. I'm curious. What does that mean? Does that mean there's like, I know they have an underground city in Atlanta that's open like 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have an open container law.
In Atlanta?
No, I do not.
Really?
I did some. I was doing some research on things that I know I would like to do, but nobody else is going to want to do.
Atlanta or Savannah?
Sorry, Savannah. Actually,
Yes, I knew
Savannah.
about Savannah having them.
Yeah,
but
they
you
do. I
know,
meant Savannah. That's where we're going.
but do you know if you caught driving, their alcohol, like it's 0.8 everywhere else?
Yeah.
It's 0.000 in Savannah.
Oh wow.
So there's no open container
tolerance.
law. So you can walk. So when you go to a bar in Savannah, it's like New Orleans. They'll ask you if you want a to-go cup, and they'll give you a to-go cup when you leave the bar.
Yeah.
Only on the waterfront area though. But if you get caught drinking, it's a zero tolerance. You can't blow a 0.01, or you get thrown in the fucking slammer.
Yeah.
In some old school fucking Georgia jail.
That law might be there, but you got to wonder. It's like if it's that low, do the cops really want the paperwork?
No,
if you're
they
okay?
probably don't.
You know what
I mean,
if you're swerving, they're gonna do it.
I was told that. I was down in Savannah 2014, and I was hanging out with a couple people I used to work with up here, and I got a little buzzed, and then as I'm leaving the city, they tell me this because I had to drive 2.5 hours to fucking Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh man.
And it was like 10:30 at night. I'm like, you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
But there she is.
There she is,
Now we have to censor ourselves.
the lady of the home.
Mom's home. What's up, Sue?
Oh, what a day.
She's home and she looks tired.
Every time I see her, she looks more tan. I noticed. She's a little bit.
She has a tanning bed in her office.
Since the last time I saw you, a week ago.
Yeah, she set up these fluorescent lights in her office so she gets tanned all day.
Oh wow.
It's actually a great idea.
Very nice.
But that's awesome because I feel like my tan is fading. So
Yeah. Well, she's like and it surprised me because her complexion is like the palest people of the planet. She's like mostly British. She like, came over on the Mayflower.
I personally,
Not her personally.
Her family. Yeah. Her.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know the Mayflower is being renovated right now? But it's not the real Mayflower. It's like it's a remake of the Mayflower, and it's somewhere down in Plymouth or something. I don't know. Something.
That makes sense.
Some drunk guy was telling me a story about it I was half listening to. So like most people.
Speaking of drunk guys, I would say Woburn Center at I'd say 9 a.m. on a Saturday is the most hilarious thing I've ever noticed in my life.
Woburn Center on a Saturday, really?
Yes, because
Where is Woburn Center exactly? Because I know where the Woburn Mall is.
the fake mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you know where the movie cinema is? The Woburn Cinema.
Yeah, that's in the, like attached to the hotel. That's in the same part.
Yeah. It's like down that road. Just follow that road. It's
And
right
I'll
there.
take you to center.
Yeah, I'll take you to center, right.
So I've probably driven through it. It's in that like route like 30 something.
I'm not sure.
It's like
actually.
there's a state route that runs like kind of through that way, right? Some of that.
But I got up really early on Saturday, and I was just trying to get stuff done. And it's like 9 a.m. I'm walking around Woburn Center.
It's
and
9 a.m. I'm in Woburn Center.
there's this guy that, and I've seen him before. There's these people that hang out at the bus stop.
Okay.
I don't know if they're homeless or just bums or whatever they are.
Does
right?
Woburn have a commuter road stop that pops through? But that's close to the highway, isn't
No,
it?
yeah, it is. It's not
Yeah.
there. But like, there's a bus stop, and there's this guy who's always yelling at people. He's like, "Come here! I gotta talk to you. I want to ask you something." That's all.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
no. Why the hell would I
Never.
go with it? I know
No.
what he's doing because he's done it to me before.
Yeah.
He just wants a cigarette.
Oh.
But he's so dramatic about it. He's like, "Come here, I want to talk to
Like
you."
it's important?
Right? Yeah, like
his life depends on it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I got to talk to you. I want to ask you something.
Yeah,
It
it's
does- and,
kind of
like people just
nerve-wracking.
kind of run from
Yeah, like,
him.
who's
Like,
this
what's
weirdo?
going
Maybe
on?
if he was a little more like passive, you know what I mean? Not so aggressive. He was like, hey, well, excuse me. If he just said, hey, excuse me, sir, do you have a cigarette I could bum? Most people would be like,
okay, you got a
I feel like
cigarette.
most smokers are very sympathetic to other people need a smoke.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you need a cigarette?"
Yeah, they
And
give
then
you a
they go,
cigarette, yeah.
no, hey, come over here. I want to talk to you. I got to ask you something.
When I worked in Rivera, at the bar in Rivera I used to work, I used to sell them for $1 a piece over the bar.
I've heard
I'd
that.
go up to New Hampshire,
Lucy's.
buy a cotton, and it worked out to be like, I don't know, like $7 to a cotton. And how many was it, 12 cigarettes to a cotton? Something like that?
You mean packs? Would it be packs? You mean?
12, how many cigarettes come? It was a 20 in a pack?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I would sell them for $1 a piece and like double my profits.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit, you just gotta sit on for a while, but hey.
Yeah,
Joe, how many cigarettes in a cotton?
20, right?
So I used to sell them.
in a pack.
Cotton's 200.
In a pack.
Okay,
though, yeah.
a cotton has
20.
200. So I used to buy a cotton for like $60 and sell them for $1 a piece.
You can go up to New Hampshire and do that.
That's what I used to do
Yeah,
when I'm
you
in New
do
Hampshire.
yeah.
So I bought the cotton for $60 and sold for $200. So I made $140 profit.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad because a lot of pilots and flight attendants that don't smoke will want a cigarette. So I'd sell them a cigarette. Then what I'd do is go to some sketchy bar and just steal a bunch of packs of like matches
There you go.
and give them a free pack of
Very
matches.
sweet of you.
I used to sell condoms for $1 a piece too to the flight attendants, but half the time I just end up using them. But So Ruben Senna, crazy guy,
But
cigarette bumming.
You got that guy, and then you got the poor Brazilian kids. And I see it here too, like people playing in parking lots because they can't afford to have real toys.
Yeah.
So it's almost like run from the cars and run in circles and play with each other.
Yeah.
They run around the parking lot.
Okay.
And then I saw something really strange. There were these two white guys who were standing about maybe not even 10 feet from each other. One of them had sunglasses on, even though it wasn't sunny, and he's reading a newspaper. And he's just standing there up against a wall, almost like kind of like Jay and Silent Bob.
Was he like sleeping almost, or
no?
Like
I don't know. He had this newspaper open, like he's reading it, and he looked over at the other guy like this, and then he looked back at his paper, and they looked at each other. It was really weird.
Really? Maybe they were like secretly filming something. You just didn't know. You were part of a secret film.
I don't know. It was like some saying.
This is Ruben Senna. I didn't think Ruben was just kind of ghetto.
Weird. Well, the center is in the morning.
Is it? Yeah.
Just in the morning. Just I would say between 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning.
That's weird.
It's really weird, and then it goes normal.
Yeah. Let's see if Susan made the duck. I don't know if she did or not. We'll find out in a second here. We're a little delayed right here. Alex Wallace says he's not a bot, and he goes, nothing beat the Rock guy from Revere. Do you know the Rock guy at all?
No, I don't actually.
Joe, do you know the Rock guy?
Like Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I have no idea. She goes, Alex goes, there's a guy called the Rock guy in Revere. I have no idea who this Rock guy is. I know when I was in college, there was a guy named Fenway Frank who used to hang out in the Fenway Fens area behind Fenway Park over near like Huntington Avenue. And he used to hide underneath the bridge and scare people as they walked over the bridge in the pitch dark.
God. That's terrifying.
And he'd be like, whoa! And then he'd just start laughing. And all he really wanted was booze. So what sometimes we used to do is we used to walk and have like loose cans of beer and we'd just throw one towards the bridge and then he'll grab it and he won't bother us.
You know who's the best bum ever, though, of all time? That guy, and you know who I'm going to talk about when I say this. He's this guy, he's handing out, like, the Doomsday pamphlets. He's at, like, every event. Doesn't matter if it's sports, concert.
With the glasses, it looks like a pedophile.
But he's always, yes.
Do you know I seen him on Spring Break in Miami, 2006?
Seriously?
Swear to
Same
God.
guy.
It looked exactly like him, and he was having the same fucking stuff. Well, I'm walking down. I was with Doubleback and his brother. We're down Miami Beach, and I'm walking. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this guy's on the fucking sidewalk with the poster. Oh shit!
Yeah, he's like hangs it around him and
Yeah,
like
and I
the
go,
pamphlets,
and I go,
glasses,
is that
tall,
the same guy from Boston?
tall and lanky.
I'm like, I guess I caught him on vacation. That same vacation, I seen Amish people at Spring Break too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna grab it. It's just a bottle opener.
I've seen him at every concert venue
Tommy.
I've ever been to. I've
Yes.
seen him at Fenway. I haven't seen him at Gillette yet.
I've seen him at the Tweeter Center.
Yeah, I've seen him
Actually,
there.
I did see him at Gillette.
I haven't seen him there yet, but he's probably been there.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, I seen him at Gillette during a Pats game coming off the commuter rail. He hangs out. I took the commuter rail a couple times to the game. If you come off, he's right there,
Yeah,
like in that pathway.
he's very dedicated.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what he's selling.
No, he's not selling anything. He's handing out Doomsday pamphlets.
He looks
we're
like
all
a guy
going
that
hell.
should be driving a brown van with no windows.
True, but where does he live? He has all the time to do this.
Maybe he's very devoted. All right, so he used to talk to Rocks, and he hung out at the 119 line on the bus. All right, so the 119, if you don't know, for the Lapers, goes from pretty much down the street from here at the Packy Studios in Revere, Massachusetts, in Linden Square, all the way to Beachmont. Or as we used to call it, as like Garfield students. Me and Joey were Garfield students, so it was Garfield and there was Beachmont for junior high. And we used to call them Bitchmont.
Okay.
But they used to call us Gayfield. Because this is what 12 and 13-year-old boys say to each other who previously went to elementary school together for 7 years, and now all of a sudden go to a different, because we got to pick our middle schools where we wanted to go. So Beachmont was ghetto, but Garfield was a little more advanced. We had to deal with the Asian gangs. So yeah, it was on Shirley Ave. Well, Joe was into Asian women, so this worked out perfect for him. And then you insult each other for 2 years. Then Rivero has fucking one high school, so you end up meeting up back up with these people again. So, hey, you went to Gayfield, you went to Bitchmont, and then all of a sudden you're back in homeroom together because you have the same fucking last names or close to it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That guy sucked in high school too, because you only hung out with the people with the same close to the same letters.
True, yeah.
Like I was the C's and the D's.
Well, is that because you were always in the same classes because alphabetical order you happened to be with them? So you
No,
ended up
it was
making
just
friends with them?
homeroom because I was.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, there was a lot of idiots with the last name they gave for D that I went to high school with, and I was in no by far any classes they were in. I can tell you that much right now. There was this hot chick that I had a crush on for years that was like literally the locker next to mine for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And she just like tempted me by. I think she was having sex one day next to my locker. I had to ask her to move. She was grinding up against the door.
Oh man.
I'm like, hey, can you have relations two doors over, please? Because you're getting the jism on my locker.
Dude, people are evil. Like middle school was evil. I think we can all agree middle school was fucking evil.
I don't think so.
That's like a transition period.
think so?
Like, it's horrible. Like, I
See, I thought like early high school was more evil than middle school. 'Cause middle school, here's the thing: I was a pretty well-known socialite in elementary school.
Yeah.
And then junior high, I was about the same. Everyone loved little Arty in their life.
But
In high school was a little bit of a weird transition because
this is where let me tell you a story. All right, so this is how evil people are and how calculating people can be to be a dick in middle school. I remember, so I was a quiet kid in middle school. I had nothing going on. I had my group of friends, but I was pretty much non-existent in middle school. And some ass knew the desk that I sat at in a certain class and wrote like, "I love Adam Mallet," right? And I looked at that and I'm like, oh my God, me being like, someone really likes me.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was all bullshit. They just knew I sat there and wrote that on the desk so it would get me all hopped up. Well, no, I never
you got a little flickerage there.
I didn't write, and I wrote like a message in pen, like, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
Right, and it never got like.
Oh,
it was just like trying to mess with me.
That sucks.
You know, that's what people do.
Yeah,
in
you don't
middle
want
school.
that. People are cruel. Yeah. There was one girl that me double back in Pallet Jack, who you haven't met Pallet Jack yet.
Pallet Jack.
Actually, he didn't meet Pallet Jack. He was here. The other Joe.
How do you get that name?
Because, well, funny story. So one day, Pallet Jack steals Joey's this Joey that we all love and aka Doublebacks school ID, and writes Joey Baluba Upa Chaka Laka Baka because Joey had this terrorist looking beard when he was in high school. And made him look like he was a terrorist.
Starting to come back.
Coincidentally, it was right around 9/11, so it all kind of played him perfectly. And then Joey's last name is Podolsky, so for some reason, Doubleback kept calling him Pallet Jack. So the name stuck.
That's not bad.
And we had a friend, because all of us were in a band. It was me, Doubleback,
band.
Pallet Jack, and this kid named Adam Clenard, which sometimes you get confused. When I talk about Adam, people confuse you with old Adam.
Okay.
You guys never crossed paths in life. So he was already far gone by the time you came into our lives.
Yeah.
But his last name is Clenard. We used to call him Clitnod. No one had a cool nickname for me.
No. Nothing.
My my 8th grade English teacher, they call me Arts and Farts. And then my 8th grade math teacher, who looked like she was Arts and Farts, Miss Lanza. And my 8th grade math teacher, whose name was Miss Massa, who looked like she played linebacker for the Green Bay Packers because she was a big old woman, who used to call me Arts and Crafts. And they used to keep the doors open. They would have conversations about, and many times they would be talking about the same students back and forth to each other. And I could hear his Arts and Farts in that room right now.
Oh, I thought you were special.
Yeah, no, they liked me.
Yeah.
I was a very lovable character. I was like Tiny Tim.
Oh.
Hey, the Wallace went to the Garfield too. Alex Wallace. We were the Garfield Gators.
Oh.
I played on the Garfield baseball team. We had a baseball team, but we only played Beachmont. So we just played 4 games against the same school, but we had 2 home, 2 away for the entire baseball season. And I got a line drive to the Dingleberry on a game once. I was wearing these new sunglasses that somehow magnified everything. So I was playing shortstop, and I was lined up to catch a line drive, and I was off by like a quarter of an inch.
Oh, no.
And it just flipped hit the finger of the glove, and it went right into my dick.
Were you wearing a cup?
No.
Oh.
I went down like fucking like a tree in the woods, getting hacked away. I was down.
It really is a pain that it's no woman can understand.
Yeah, no, because you get that feeling that at first you get the pain, and then you get that really gassy, kind of crampy feeling in your stomach.
It just kind of radiates, and it's bad.
And then before you know it, you're hurting.
Yeah.
That one scared me. I thought I was never gonna be able to have kids again, but I think I hit more dick than balls on that one.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I think my flobby, adolescent penis blocked most of the tests for those. Plus, it was a hot day, so they were hanging low anyway, so they weren't really up there in the goods. You know what I mean?
Have you ever sat on your own testicles, like on a bike?
No, my balls aren't that big. Oh God.
That sounds like
Alex Wallace knows Clitnod. He knows his brother David. Yes, his brother had a brother David who was 2 years younger than us. Well, he was a year younger than us, or 2 years. He was Doubleback's younger brother's age, Mikey, who also played in Average 6 for a while. We had 5 people in Average 6 for a while.
Average 6.
Yeah.
But it's 5. It sounds like a boy band. It doesn't sound like a band.
Does sound like a boy, but we should have been. We would have been better off of a boy band. You ever hear what we did one day? Did I ever tell you this story?
I don't think so.
Joey knows this story very well. Do you know that girl band, that singing group called Dream?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know it.
Love me not. That song they sang.
Sounds familiar.
There was like a redhead, there was a sporty chick, there was a brunette, and there was a blonde.
It's not the Spice Girls.
No, but it was like an American version of the Spice Girls. They had like 2 hits, right? So for some reason, the 4 of us were obsessed with these broads. Obsessed. Well, I mean, we're 15-year-old boys, all horned up. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have semen for days. We just have to. We can't get it out of our systems fast enough.
Sounds like Powers.
You know
now.
what I mean? Yeah, I don't know if he has semen for days though, but he has a problem with getting things out of his system. So I don't know how we came up with this theory one day. One day we're sitting there, we're like, why don't we write a song for this girl band, and then send it to them? Okay. Now it's 2000. It's 18 years ago, right? No. There was no DVDs. There was no MPEG-4s. Yeah. It was all just VHS and AVIs. And an AVI file was like 1,000 friggin' megabits, right? So I had Joey had a handheld camcorder that he got for Christmas one year. So what was that? Yeah, like one, like, no, not a flip one, but like the mini cut. The mini tapes that are like the size of like half.
I know
the
what
size
you're talking about. Yeah.
So we came over to my house. It was a half day, and we decided we were gonna go down to the basement. We took all the furniture apart, and we made like a studio, and we wrote this song and videotaped. Then we had remember we had the interview.
I want to see this.
I wish this where is this video? You have to have a hard copy of on the small tape somewhere. Because we did it on the small tape, and then I converted it to VHS, and then we mailed it to them. But we had like an interview saying what girls we liked and stuff, and I can't believe we got fucking Pallet Jack involved in this too.
You never heard back, did you? Right?
Dude. Years later, we're sitting there, right? It was probably like, because we all went to college together. Yeah. And we're sitting there, and we're thinking to ourselves, we're like, you know what? They probably got that video. Because it was P. Diddy was the producer. Yeah. And the only address you could find, because the internet was very not very existent back in 2000. I mean, it was very rugged, you know what I mean?
It was there, but it was very.
It was tough to find stuff. Yeah. Like, it wasn't as easy as it is today. So we had this obscure address, like a PO box in New York City, that we I remember we fixed the videotape. We went to CVS or Osco. Remember Osco? Got a VHS tape. Then we got some packaging. Then we walked to the post office in Saugus and we mailed it to these fucking people. Wow. And then we just sat there and waited.
Nothing happened.
And now it's been 18 years. We still haven't heard it.
They probably laughed. They probably did a laugh.
Dude, you know someone opened that video and watched it.
Probably.
And if it was 10 years later, if it was 2010, that shit would have been all over YouTube. Mm. Yeah. We probably would have posted it to YouTube. Yes. And just, you know what I mean? We probably would have put it up ourselves, but.
You probably made someone's day.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Joe and Adam weren't too thrilled about the idea. Really
but they were, no, I would say they were thrilled. They were very willing to do it. What was that? Oh, it must have came from the Happy New Year's sign that fell today. I came home, it was hanging.
Oh.
You didn't say that?
That was you.
No, that was you.
No, it wasn't.
That was Tommy.
That was Tommy.
Tommy just farted, and it was very loud. Was that you?
That was you.
No, I swear to God, it wasn't me.
It was over there. That's for sure.
It came from this region.
That was Tommy. We'll go with Tommy. It wasn't me.
I swear to God, your life. I swear to God, if I'm
farted in this place,
you'll be dead. I swear to God, I do not fart.
I've never farted in this place ever.
Your legs are crossed.
What the hell does that mean? I didn't fart. Trust me, if I was gonna fart, I would get up off the seat and place my butt cheeks 6 inches from your nostrils.
I already said you'd do my laundry, by the way.
No, I didn't say that. I said, wouldn't it be? I said, wouldn't it be funny? Because here's the thing. Mal goes and says that he gets his laundry done every Monday.
Yeah, I drop it off.
Because he doesn't have a washing machine drying his.
Yeah, I drop it off.
He's a single man living the life of a bachelor.
It's like $20. Pay $20 to wash my laundry.
Which is probably cheaper than what your electric and water bill would be for running the laundry a couple times a week.
Probably.
I mean, I'll wash it if you pay me $20.
Well, I go, why don't you come over with your laundry and just leave it here and say, Seuss, thanks for doing my laundry, and then leave as you're leaving. And let her sit there and let it marinate a little bit. When she looks at me and goes, "What the fuck?" I go, "Oh yeah, I told Adam you do his laundry for you." He's expecting to have it ready and folded for him by next Monday. You know what would happen? Suze would beat me like she usually does because I'm in an abusive relationship and she beats me regularly.
I believe that.
Okay, sorry, I'm not supposed to tell anyone. Susan doesn't beat me.
She's gonna beat you later for this.
Adam, if I did your laundry, I don't. Here's the thing.
I'd leave little notes in my pockets for you guys. It'd be fun.
They'd probably just set my dryer on fire. Here's the thing: when guys do laundries, and any guy can contest to this. I don't know about double back. You know, he has more. He's probably a little bit more better than we are, most guys. But I just hate it. I do everything in cold water. I'll do my towels, my whites, and my docks all at once. Cool. So I'll pack that wash machine bigger than a slut's ass on prom night, and then I'll just run my dryer 3 times to get them all dry. Now, Sue, she splits the towels up with the whites, with the docks.
That's what normal people do.
There's a fucking process. Yeah. You know how long it takes to do the laundry that way?
I just hate doing laundry, man.
I hate laundry.
I don't know what it is about doing laundry. It just really bothers me. I've done it. I've done laundry. It's not like I don't know how to do laundry.
Yeah.
I just don't like doing it. It's boring. I got to schedule.
It is boring.
Then I got to go back. And
and you got to make sure you're not home because you got to switch them up.
Yeah.
So when I was a stay-at-home dad for about 7 weeks when we moved to D.C. a couple years ago, I didn't have a job, and I choose not to work because I was living off my some money I made on the house, and I was like, I'm not gonna work. I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah.
And it happened to be the hottest fucking summer on record in D.C., so I couldn't even enjoy going outside. I couldn't even enjoy just walking around the park because it was 110 every day on the fucking heat index.
Yeah, that's too much.
I ended up just staying in the apartment all day in air conditioning. Got bored to my point. Bored so fucking badly that I was making bottle cap art.
You're just walking around naked.
And that's when I started the daily quickie with Arty. I was just videotaping myself daily, and I was getting bottle caps and making artwork with it.
There you go.
And then we got the puppies, so I was like a stay-at-home dad, making sure the puppies were taken care of and they were adolescent ages.
And going to the store and breaking the wheels off the wagons.
Yes. It's one of the earlier episodes. It's like episode 3 of the Wicked Explorers. So I used to go grocery shopping, so I didn't want to drive or anything like that. Yeah. Well, it was like we were like a quarter mile from the grocery store. So I was like, all right. So I would go. Plus, I would stop at the bar on the way there, have a few cocktails, go do my grocery shopping, and then on the way back, stop at the bar for a few more cocktails and get home. Unpack and cook dinner and do laundry, like any housewife would do. And if you're a housewife and don't drink during the day, you're fucking lying. So that's what I would do. And then one day, Sue's like, because I was struggling walking up the street with like 1,000 bags.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, honey, I got you this cot. Someone left it in the fucking closet in the apartment building." So I'm like, "Oh, all right." And it was like this really fragile, like piece of shit cot, but it did the work. But I loaded this thing up to capacity. I probably had about 100 pounds of groceries. I got waters and cans of Coke and meats.
Ooh.
And all that good stuff.
Yeah, the
meats.
Yeah. So I got to the store, no problem at all. I got about halfway home from the store, and the fucking wheel flew. No, I'm sorry. The wheel broke off in the grocery store.
That's
while I was in line
right off
to
the
pay.
bat, you're screwed.
So I was like, fuck. So I was on 3 wheels. I'm like, all right, I could probably maneuver this thing home on 3 wheels. So we got like 2 cases of water. It was a deal on Cokes. It was like 4 Cokes. You know, those 12 packs where they sell them. And then we just moved in, so I was replenishing our cabinets of like just the essentials you need to have in an apartment.
Yeah.
And I got about to the parking lot of the grocery store, and I lost 2 wheels. And now I'm on 2 wheels. I'm on the back wheels. So I'm like, all right, I could probably no.
I think you were on
one front, one back.
I think so.
That sounds about right. And I'm like, fuck. So I was trying to like pull it back and wheeling it home on 1 wheel. Now, mind you, we're on a main route, Georgia Avenue. Is it Georgia Avenue?
Yeah.
And at one point it goes under a train, like fucking overpass, and comes back up again. And at that point where I was coming down, I was starting to lose control.
Yeah.
And lost my other wheel.
Oh.
So I was down to 1 wheel, and I had to go about 1/8 of a mile. Well, it was basically 1 wheel because the wheel was on a fucking 90-degree angle. It wasn't rolling. Oh, what's going on here? Tommy wants to be on the air? He's taking over the microphone?
Ow.
Tommy, watch your tail.
Look at him right now.
Oh, God. Okay, you good now? You good now? You good now, Tommy? Jesus. All right, we're good. Apparently.
There you go. Yeah, so that was my, and Sue was just looking out a window laughing at me.
I saw you coming down
Like the
road
dirty hooker she is.
out of my office, and I just laughed.
She just laughed and laughed and laughed.
How much sweat was pouring down
Dude,
your
it was
shirt?
100 fucking degrees out.
The shirt was probably soaking
And by the
wet,
time
right?
I was making it up the hill, the buzz was gone, and I was just, I was angry.
Yeah.
Then we got a fucking wagon for the pups. We used to pull them around in a wagon when they were like the tiny fucking puppies up there, right?
Being like molested by these dogs right now.
And then the wagon only had a 50 fucking pound capacity to it.
Yeah.
So one day, was it when I went food shop one day? I lost a wheel.
I can't remember.
I think I went food shopping again and I lost a fucking wheel in the thing.
This was the wagon we used to leave little Nola in
Yeah.
while we left for the day.
Aww.
When Noah was a pup, we had to keep her and Tommy separated because they would fight each other when they were little.
But we thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, we just put her in a wagon and then left it in the bedroom. And then this little fucking pup would sit there in the wagon. It was like, then one day she finally got big enough to jump out of the wagon. Then she would just wander around the bedroom and shit everywhere
Yeah.
and piss everywhere and eat the drywall.
Yeah. Well,
And then we finally decided we were going to get crates like normal dog owners. And
maybe it's eating that drywall that made her the way she is today.
Tommy would eat the fucking corner. See like the corner of the wall right there?
Yeah.
He would eat away at the corner. And then he would shit out drywall.
Ugh.
Yeah. It was fucking to the point where I had to patch up the
man.
drywall about 15 times when we lived there.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy, man.
Tommy wants Adam, Alex
He's going,
Wallace
he's,
says.
he's going to
Yeah.
town on my legs. I don't know what the hell's
There he
going
goes.
on here.
Apparently, Alex Wallace had the same English teacher we had in 8th grade, Joey.
No.
And failed him, apparently. Lanza, yeah.
Go see Mama. Go.
Tommy wants to be on TV.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of this whole Hanley Ramirez situation?
I think that lady who works for the Boston Globe.
I remember that.
Where'd you get that video?
I found that so.
Oh, you put it up towards the camera.
I found that so disturbing. That was disturbing.
All right, you
when I
can
saw
see. You can
that.
see the.
Amish.
Go. All right.
It looks
Double
like
back
sort of
as a
caveman.
video. You're probably not going to hear the volume, but you're going to definitely see the image. So yeah, just put it up so it looks like you can see it on the. There you go, right there. It's a video of me when I was growing my hair out. Let me prep it. Hold on. So I was growing my hair until the Patriots lost. Then they went up to week 10 without a loss. So my hair was super long. And if you go on YouTube, if you go on the Packy on YouTube, you can actually watch this video. And I did a slow motion video of me with my long, luscious locks. How sexy I look.
Dude, I don't know where I was when I saw that, but I remember being like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think I sent it to Obvious.
I was like so disturbed.
Do you know what the song's from?
No, I don't.
From Coming to America? Soul Glow? When the guy had the hair stuff? Just let your soul glow.
People I associate myself with, you know. Well, your turn now too. What's up with these dogs today? They're like all over me.
Sue's like the so.
The video on the broken wheel.
Sue's what?
Sue's likes when I have long, luscious hair. Wait till the wedding. I'm gonna have hair down to my shoulders. I'm not cutting my hair till the wedding.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna look like Fabio.
Oh wow. You're gonna look like a musician. Carry around a guitar.
Yeah, I'm just gonna carry around a guitar on
Yeah,
it.
it's just carry around a guitar.
So, can any of you guys play guitar?
No.
Because I'm thinking I'm just gonna let my guitar when the clubhouse after the wedding. I'm gonna leave a guitar there, and we're gonna have sing-alongs.
Let Powers think he can.
No, Powers couldn't even play a fucking skin flute.
You couldn't even play a sign.
No. There was one day, so when I used to have an apartment in Everett, and I had a second bedroom that was like a band room. Like I had my drum set. You never went to the Everett apartment. That was before I
No.
met you, I think.
Yeah.
And it was literally a big bedroom that had my band set up. And so one day we were having a cookout,
Tommy.
and me and Palachak,
I know. But he's a
me, Palachak, and this other guy we know were jamming out, and Powers jumped in there to sing. So we played a little Kid Rock for him.
Oh god.
And he started singing Hammered. And it was just hilarious. I wish we had.
Karaoke night in New Orleans.
I wish we. Yeah, basically.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, man.
No, you didn't.
Adam, do you ever sing karaoke?
Yeah.
What song? What's your go-to song?
It would probably be something by Stone Temple Pilots. It'd
Oh,
probably be
yeah?
Interstate Love Song.
A little Plush?
No, I'd say Interstate Love Song. Would probably be
Oh,
my
okay.
go-to.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do the Bon Jovi.
The Bon Jovi.
Nice. That's
Me and
awesome.
Eric sang karaoke once.
You did? What did you guys sing?
Jackson.
You and Eric did? When?
Remember that night we were all at the bar with that girl that he
Oh, that hooker he would. Oh, so I don't, I'm not gonna name names, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's right. It was a Sunday night, a Sunday fun day that we were planning on wrapping up around 9:00. But then Eric was getting out of work and was meeting up with some broad he met on Tinder or Bumble or something like that.
Yeah.
So we all met at a bar in Faneuil Hall, and we're like, all right, we'll go out for a drink or two. Next thing you know, it's 1:30. We didn't get home till 2:00 in the morning on a Sunday. We had to be to work the next day. And And that's the day. Remember, Eric told you he was getting a BJ, and the girl just left halfway through the BJ.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are
I
you
remember
comfortable with that head that way? The headrest that way?
Yeah, I'm
You
fine
adjust
with
the headrest.
I know. I'm fine with it right now. I'm just trying to dodge Tommy, who keeps ripping
Oh,
my
I was gonna say,
shoelaces.
you look terribly uncomfortable
No,
right
it's
now.
because I keep having to be alert at what
Oh.
Tommy's doing. He's
Yeah,
ripping my
Eric was
shoelaces
getting
up.
the BJ, and the girl just got up and left, and wouldn't tell him why. Well, he was high and drunk, and probably said something inappropriate to her.
Maybe he just wasn't able.
Maybe
to...
he said something like, "You blow me like my mother does," like maybe something like that, like really turned her off.
Well, yeah, you don't talk.
No, you shouldn't.
You should not talk.
If
I mean,
you're,
just
if,
an, oh, that feels good. That's about
listen,
it.
if you're in a position where a girl is giving you a blowjob, your mouth
Yeah.
should be shut. There's nothing you could say that make that situation any better.
Well,
Just-
maybe he was just having trouble, and she felt bad because he couldn't get fully erect or something.
maybe he's like, "Oh, it's all right. Sorry, I'm just thinking of my grandmother right now." Maybe something like that was
Maybe.
said. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's tough not to get erect.
I know, but but
I mean, you have to be like a dead sheep in the water.
Well, when you get into BJ, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the warm, let's get into detail. If that doesn't stimulate you, then you have bigger problems than drinking and being high.
It's true.
You know, even rock stars get extremely excited, and they've been pounding drinks. You know what I mean? But I've never seen the Monaco sing karaoke though before. Never seen you sing. You sing
Singing at Jimmy's wedding before.
karaoke?
I need to have a few drinks first. I'll get up there though.
I'm hammered. I'm singing.
I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not too horrible. I can carry my own. I'm not gonna get a record deal or anything, but I'm not bad.
You never know. Maybe
I won't embarrass you.
maybe there's a niche for middle-aged men who sing karaoke
I'm not middle aged,
at
man.
dive bars in Boston.
They'll come middle aged, man. That hurts.
You're almost middle-aged.
Almost, but I'm not yet.
Close.
I'm getting older. But
What constitutes middle age at this point? What are we at the middle age? Is it 40? You're middle aged at this point?
Well, they say 50, but I'd say 40, 45.
Well, how do you know?
Yeah.
Do you have to go back in time and be like, yeah, I was middle aged at 32 because I died at 50? I'd say we're pre-middle age.
Yeah. It depends on your genetics too.
I'd say 40 is your
Yeah,
middle age.
we'll
I
go
say
with
once
that.
you hit 40, you're good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It also depends on your genetics too. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean your body's that age.
You're closer to 40 than you're not.
True, but I think genetically I'm like 32.
Yeah?
I'm still kicking it. I'm still.
Sexually, you're like 25. The fucking worm
No,
still...
I'm still lifting weights. I'm still bouncing back faster than I was.
Isn't it funny that guys who are like 18 years old in 1975 look like they were 50?
I know. We've talked about it. Or like in the 80s, like people looked older.
But like us,
what's
we're in our
going on?
30s. Like, do you remember our parents in the 30s? They look way older than we did.
Yeah, they did.
I remember my parents in the 30s. I used to thought they were ancient.
I cannot tell age. Like if I look at people in the 80s and look at like
Yeah.
videos and photos, they look so much older.
I was-
the hairstyles and like the clothes.
Exactly. I was
Do not
watching
help.
home movies from 92. So my parents would have been... Let's see, my parents were born 57 and 59. So that means they were 30 and 87 and 89.
Oh wow.
Okay? So this was 92. So my mother was like 33 and my father was 35.
You were
So
born in 92.
no, we were watching home movies like
born in
I like my birthday party, like my 7th birthday party or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And my parents were my age now,
Yeah.
with like a 7 and a fucking 3-year-old,
Yeah.
and they looked ancient as fuck.
Yeah.
My dad's high school picture, it looks like he's about 43 years old. He has like a giant afro
Yeah.
and a giant bow tie and a beard. I don't get it, man.
What was that birthday party, by the way?
It was at the Prince of Pizza.
Okay, mine was close. Mine was at Roller World.
I had Roller World.
Yeah, I had Roller
I
World.
can go down my birthday parties here. I had Chi-Chi's. Remember Chi-Chi's Mexican restaurant in Danvers?
Let's make it nice.
That's right.
Like that, yeah.
It was in Danvers. I had my birthday. I had Frodeckers, Chi-Chi's, Bonkers, Roller World. I never had a DZ birthday.
I mean, yeah, I never had that.
And Prince of Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the 5 places I had a birthday.
Yeah.
I had it at the YMCA gym. My mom rented out the gym.
I think I had a Y thing once too. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The reason we did that in 5th grade was because in 5th grade, everyone was having basement parties where you were playing spin the bottle and hanging out like it was like a Friday or
Yeah,
Saturday night basement
I wasn't
party.
cool enough for one of
Well, I
those.
didn't have a basement for anyone to have a party in. It was my bedroom. So, like,
This is totally me.
like everyone in Revere had a finished basement where they would have the parties, and we would go play like 7. I remember the first time I played 7 Minutes in Heaven. There was like these 3 girls I would hang out with, like these 3 guys, and we're like, oh. And I remember in the closet, I'm like, what do you want to do? I'm like, oh. I was
With the
thinking,
guys.
No, the girl, one of the girls. Me and the girls, we sat in the freaking closet for like 10 minutes, and we're like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, oh, we can make out.
And they
Oh.
were like, no. Well,
Wait.
how'd this go? I
Dude,
gotta know this story. What is?
I'm like, how old? Like 10? I
But
know.
you're there. I mean, it's just like what?
Getting a little tongue kiss was exciting. You know what I mean? When was the
Yeah,
first
it
time you
was.
touched a girl's tongue with your tongue?
Yeah, it was like weird.
Dude,
it was cool.
super. I remember one of the kids we was with. I'm not gonna name his name because I don't want to embarrass him.
because he's sitting right
But
there.
because we had the no, he's not. No, it wasn't Joey. No, we had this rule: when you spin the bottle, if you hit the girl 3 times, you got a tongue kiss. Right? First time was cheek, second was lips, third was tongue.
Yeah.
And I remember this kid kept getting the same girl, and I remember he goes to me, he's like, "Dude, I'm like my penis is hard." I'm like 10 years old, like we didn't know what to do with it. Like, what
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I
Like,
get you, yeah.
We just thought it was like this is very uncomfortable. Like, why is this
Why is this
happening right now?
happening?
Right?
Yeah.
If we knew now what we knew then,
It's true.
there'd be a lot of pregnant 12-year-olds in Revere. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough to go to any of those parties.
I had an erection before I knew what a condom was.
Me too.
So if
I would say that. Yeah, I'd go with
so
that.
if I knew what to do with my erection before I knew what a condom was, I would have got someone pregnant.
But you might not have been letting anything out at some point. You can still,
True.
you know what I mean? So there might have
Yeah.
been nothing like just air popping. You
I
know?
mean, but you're rolling the dice. I mean,
air pushing out. You
yeah,
know?
you just like you just piss.
Just air, like a puff of air.
Yeah.
Like the eye test when you get an eye exam and they puff
Yeah,
the air in your
yeah,
eye.
yeah.
That's what I envision.
But just think, like, but like people think it's crazy to teach kids nowadays to use a condoms when they're like in like 5th and 6th grade. But it makes sense, man,
Yeah,
because
no,
like.
it does. Sexual awareness is, I think, is a lot younger than a lot of people realize.
I mean, shit. If you like, I don't know. Like, for years, I thought you stick it in a girl's butt. I didn't know they had a vagina.
you give birth through the butt.
Yeah, man. I had no fucking clue. I'm like, my sexual idea. I remember we had a sex class in 6th grade. Joey was participating in this class too. I had Mr. Priscilla. Joey had Mr. Parsons, and there were 2 adjoining classrooms. So they had this thing where our parents had to sign a waiver to have us have a sex class. I remember there was some kids whose
Yes.
parents wouldn't let them do it.
Yes.
And they had to go off into like the cafeteria or something.
Yeah.
But they took all the boys in one classroom. And it was like, so when we were in 6th grade, there was 2 guy teachers and 2 girl teachers, 2 lady teachers. So all the boys went to my classroom. And we had the 2 guy teachers there. And then all the girls went to another classroom, and there were the 2 girl teachers. And I remember we watched this ancient, like, 1970s fucking, like, it was a reel-to-reel 8mm. Like, remember the ones they had set up, and there was like...
Oh, God. Revere education. What the hell?
Dude, and this was like, this is 90s. Joe, remember this when we watched the video? And we're sitting there, and it was probably like, I think we probably had maybe like 110 kids in our 6th grade class. So it was like 55 guys all in this room. And you know how fucking boys are at 12. No, we were in like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And they were saying penis, and you just hear giggles in the back.
Yeah.
Like, you just hear this chuckle. And I remember sitting there. I'm like in the front row. And the video was like old school. It was like an educational video from the 50s.
Yeah.
And it was like when the penis inserts in... And I'm like sitting there... I'm like holding back not to laugh, right? And like the worst thing is when you look at someone else who's holding back too. And I remember catching the corner of my eye. This kid Rob, that we were friends with. I caught him in the corner of my eye, and he's sitting there like, he's like turning red in the face. And I'm sitting there, I'm like literally biting my, because you don't want to be the first one to laugh.
No, you don't, but you can feel it.
but
It's
like
happening.
once someone
It's
laughs,
yeah.
and I remember someone says something about, and when the penile insertion into the vaginal area, some kid in the back just lost it.
It's
You
gone.
you had 55 11-year-old boys laughing their balls off at a sex ed video.
Well,
And then the next room over was the girls, and you didn't hear a peep.
yeah.
They're all like, yeah, we've been bleeding for
They
our
mature
vaginas for
before
2 years now, so it's
They
a big
mature
difference.
before we do. Let me tell you about the first time I ever saw a picture of a uterus. I thought it was a cow head. Right? Doesn't the uterus look like a cow head?
Does look like
with
a-
two,
does look like a cow head, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're explaining like how the uterus and the penis goes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so it goes in the cow's head?
Yeah.
I was very confused.
I even bet we had this smoke show health teacher in 7th grade, right? Who she changed her name halfway through 7th grade because she got married. Yes, but it was Miss Evans in the beginning, right? Remember?
I think it was Mokaba in the beginning.
God.
Maybe. Oh, maybe that was. And but now,
Right?
no health.
Oh, wrong teacher.
What the hell? Was it Miss Scott and changed it to Miss Evans? Maybe. I forget what it was.
Changed her name too.
But we were like, that was high school.
Yeah.
This was 7th grade. And I remember, so we were like, 12 years old in 7th grade? She probably was 22. She was probably fresh out of college. And I remember we did this thing where they asked us to bring in 2 almonds, 2 straws, a pear, and a paper towel roll. Do you remember this?
Oh.
And we made we made the female reproduction thing. So we took the paper towel roll, cut it in half, and we put the pear on top of it. and then we stuck 2 straws in the side of the pear, and we taped the almonds to the top of the straw. And it was supposed to be the ovaries, the fallopian tube, the uterus, and the cervix.
Cow's head.
Basically a cow's head.
Yes.
Do you remember doing this project?
I vaguely remember having to bring those things in. I think I ate the pear on the way.
I was going to say, there was kids in the class eating the uterus.
Oh boy.
There was bite marks in the uterus. I ate one of the almonds. I was like, oh, this uterus tastes, I mean, it's not, ovary? Ovary tastes wonderful. The worst thing you ever want to do is teach sex ed to a bunch of 12-year-old boys.
But it's a good. I mean, I know someone has to.
But do you remember like the one kid, every 12-year-old kid? So you have a class full of 7th graders, right? They're all like us, like immature 12-year-olds laughing at everything. But you had that one kid that had a fucking beard and mustache.
Yes.
Who was probably fucking since he was 10.
He's probably like from Dominican Republic.
It was
He's really
this-
like 35.
Yeah, the 6-foot Dominican that was in your 7th grade class who's probably having sex with the teachers. I wrote.
In 7th grade.
Yeah, there's always one of those kids. It's like, oh, that guy's really mature for his age. he's really.
It's all a ploy to get on the basketball team and get a scholarship. That's what it is, or something.
We had a few of those. I remember every family. He was like, oh, this is Jose. He's from Chelsea. Like, oh, okay, Jose, how old are you? He's like 17.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah. It's like, dude, your balls dropped like
Well,
forever ago.
Well, I remember 9th grade, we had health. Remember half the semester we had health, half we had gym. It was a weird thing. It was like the last health we had. And the health teacher was this lesbian lady. She was a nice lady and everything, but she wanted to teach us about the homosexual lifestyle.
I think the video froze.
It's still video. It's probably still buffering. So she wanted to teach us about the homosexual lifestyle. So she brought in a guy with HIV.
Oh, yeah, we had one of them too.
Yeah, and he came in, and he was a gay man. He had HIV, and he was telling us about how it happens and how. And she also brought in a lesbian lady who also told us about. So we used to have to write questions into a hat, and we were anonymous, so we could ask these people like questions but we didn't want to have to be embarrassed about it. So I asked the question: how do lesbians have sex? No, I had no fucking clue how they have sex. And it was the first question picked out of the hat, and I sit there, I was like, oh shit, she got my question. And she turned like bright red like a fucking tomato. And she's like, well, sometimes we use toys, and sometimes we use our mouths. And I'm sitting, she could tell she did not expect this one from a 14-year-old boy. I was like, yeah, I want to know these. Because in 8th grade, we found out about pornography on the internet. And we were watching like lesbians, and I want to know how lesbians have sex. And now I knew I was coming firsthand from a lesbian lady.
Did you ever find porn in the woods? I think we've all found porn in the woods.
Oh my god, yes, yes. I brought one home. Had dirt on it and shit.
Yeah, me too. Why
and
does
it was
everybody
faded? And it was
why
like
does
water.
everybody
Like,
find porn in the woods? I don't understand.
No, we'll get back to that. No, so they brought in the gay guy who had HIV, and he was telling us about being a gay man, and he was walking around and he cut himself while we were in class and started bleeding out. And the health teacher was freaking out because HIV blood was squirting all over our health room.
What did he cut himself on?
On the side of a desk.
What the hell?
And she's like, everyone stay back. Everyone stay back.
What?
And I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my God. Like it was like someone dropped a gas bomb in the room. Like we were all going to get AIDS.
Yeah,
like, I had no
AIDS,
idea
yeah,
I had no clue.
Yeah.
That was frightening. But yes, back to the point in the woods. So do you remember, oh, Joey might remember this. 8th grade, Mr. Oriole's computer class. Do you remember this?
His name's Oreo.
This guy was named Mr. Oriole. And
That's
it was
kinda
a
cool.
web development class we had in 1998.
Is he black?
Yes,
with
you
a
were.
white-
You were
black
sitting
with
there
a white
right next to me and Pallet Jack.
Is he black with a white?
We all took it. We were forced to take it. We had half a semester of TV.
Tuberculosis.
And then remember Miss Souza, and then Miss Souza died, and then Mr. Zaba took over the TV classes.
I didn't miss Souza.
And then Mr. Oriole took over the web design classes that Mr. Zaba was supposed to be teaching.
Not in this conversation.
We didn't do anything in it. We just sat there and surfed the internet in 1998. And all I remember is that we discovered online pornography. And we were going around in 8th grade, a bunch of boys looking at porn on the computer in school. It was called Teens-N- and Colors. It was a free 18-plus website of girls. And I remember Pallet Jack in particular found one girl that looked like a girl that we went to school with.
Oh wow.
And we were finding girls that looked like girls that we like knew.
Well, that was when the internet had like no restrictions.
It was a free-for-all.
It was a total free for all.
And it was they were of age women.
Yes, they were.
They weren't like we were underage looking at porn, but we weren't looking at underage porn underage. It was
If you're underage looking at underage porn, is that wrong?
yes, because remember the rule in Massachusetts.
If you're
You can have sex with a 16-year-old. You just can't show the 16-year-old pornography.
But I think you can't have. You can't.
I don't know.
You
About
can have sex
14.
with
I don't go
16
that deep.
No, Massachusetts is weird. You can have sex with a 16-year-old, but you can't be older than like 18 or 19.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something
yeah,
weird
yeah,
like
there's some
that.
Weird,
yeah,
but like 12-year-olds could have sex.
yeah, that's weird.
guess. I don't
guess.
know.
I don't know.
Just be safe. Make sure they're 18. Put it
Yeah,
that
just
way.
be 18.
Yeah, just be 18.
Just be 18.
Come on. We don't want any issues.
I know. Right?
I don't want to be in a federal, we were watching the Arty 84 show, and Adam Allen said, hey, listen, as long as you're 16 years old.
Yeah. This guy, huge
No, it's like, it's fucked, but yeah, and Mr. Oriole. And he just sat there. He was probably looking at porn, too, on his computer. He
Probably.
was big. He was like 6 feet tall, probably about 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I always thought it was fascinating. His name was Mr. Oriole.
Yeah. It is. It's
And
pretty
he
awesome.
had like a picture on his room. He had a picture of the Oriole.
Not a black guy though, right?
No, whiter than the sky.
Just don't print it. You get those dot matrix printers.
Yes, we took typing class in 8th grade, and we would print out this is all stupid. Do you remember what the typing teacher's name was? For the life of me, I can't remember. He also taught personal finance too. We had took a checks class. No, I mean this is.
I remember the checks class.
Yeah, we took a class where we learned how to balance a checkbook, which 3 years later pretty much became obsolete with the debit card.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just obsolete.
But
Remember Dunkin' Donuts when they didn't take debit cards or credit cards?
oh yeah, it was until I could tell you when they started. It was 2003 or 2004 they finally started, because I remember working at the Squirrel Mall and being the Dunkin' Donuts there. I used to have the cash to get my coffee because they didn't take. I used to have to go to Starbucks because they were the only ones that took credit cards.
did they have the swipey thing? You had to put the thing in the paper and go like that. Remember
We had
those
that.
ones?
We had that at Finish Line when I first started working there back in the day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you had to take a copy. We still actually have that at the bar I work at now. It's it's kind of the crash box. So some reason the POS system crashes, we can still take hard copies of the credit cards.
Okay, it's a backup.
At the end of the night, you got to manually enter every single fucking credit card number and the
God.
amount in. But it's called a crash box. It's happened to me twice in 11 years, and it's fucking not a good time at all.
Sounds.
And you have to do you have to figure in the tax in when you're doing the cash and all. Dude, it's fucking pain in the ass. What were we talking? Oh no, so Mr. Oriole, the check cashing class. Oh, the typing class, the dot matrix print. Yeah, remember I had the fucking things you had to peel off the side.
Yep.
I used one at my mattress store up until 2009.
They still made ribbon for those things.
I know.
Do you remember it was like
Yeah. Yep.
like 2 hours later you finally got a page printed,
Yep.
and you're like, then all of a sudden you see a typo, like motherfucker, I gotta reprint this shit again. When I moved into my bedroom in '95 in my parents' basement. My dad had an old dot matrix printer he gave me, and I remember I was like, "Ooh, cool! I got my first fucking printer." Like now in '95, inkjet printers were already invented by my cheap ass parents, but they were like $400 back
Yeah,
then. For
they were not cheap.
Now you can buy one for like 30 fucking bucks.
I hate printers. They suck. I never try to fix them. I just buy a new one. I hate printers.
It's easier to buy a new one.
They
yeah.
suck. My mom tries to call me over to fix her printer sometimes. I won't touch
You
it.
should just buy her a new one.
I won't do it.
But you should just buy like 3 of them for like $100 and just keep them in your. And then when she says you need to fix this, bring it over and plug it back in. Be like, hey, wow, it's working. Because the inkjets, they dry out.
Yep.
And then
They suck.
They suck. They always have an issue.
Yeah.
Like, and especially when I was like, I don't know, 16, 17 years old, I was printing porn. And like one ink fucking cartridge, you
gone.
got one picture. That's
Gone.
it.
Yeah.
I used to have a collage.
It used to take a week.
Remember the Tupperware container? I used to have a collage of porn.
I was just like printed out pictures
This is
from
like
the internet.
90. Like I was 16, 17 years old. Yeah, I would print out my greatest hits
Yeah.
of porn scenes,
Oh, God.
and then I would tape them together, and it was like the size of a poster. It was probably like, I don't know, 3 feet by like 2.5 feet
Yeah.
of just a collage of porn.
I remember how mine got wet because I had them all printed out. I only had one friend who
Yeah,
had
I got
a
wet out,
printer.
right? Would you fucking really shoot between the shrine wrap?
I had one friend who had a printer at the time, and like we printed all these porn photos, and like I hid them behind like my boom box. And then my mother was cleaning my room and found them. She never said anything,
Yeah.
but I found out years later that she then called my friend's mom and was like,
Oh, no.
I think she got these from your kid because you're the only one family we know that has one of these printers. And we're like, oh no. And but they all
it's not
got
good.
wet at some point, so
Yeah.
we couldn't see them at all. I was like, oh, my porn got wet.
Joe, Dover, your mom ever find your collection at all?
She never told me though. She was always quiet about it. She never confronted me on
I
it.
found my father's. I think you found your father's?
I found my brother's.
Brothers. I think everyone's found their father's or brother's
Yeah, someone's.
collection at one point.
Yes.
And it's like, you find it, you're like, oh, it was like finding gold in the woods.
It was. It was awesome.
My father's was in the drop ceiling in my basement.
My dad's was in his.
I went up there for my Halloween candy.
My,
What is this box? box.
My dad's was in his office, and it was like in one of his drawers in his desk.
Yeah.
But in the same drawer, it had like, I was looking for like an audio, because I used to like fucking diddle around like I do now, with like audio equipment. Like I was looking for an adapter, and I remember I pulled the drawer out way too far, and I seen like magazines.
Oh, nice.
And it was like 1970s like Jugs, and like that was the name of it. Was called Jugs.
Yeah, I forgot about Jugs.
And I remember finding it, and then I actually found 2 VHS tapes, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So it's before my dad locked his office down. So I remember, like, and this kid that lived up the street from me, this kid Brian, he'd come over, he'd play like basketball, and then come downstairs like, Brian, I got something for you.
Yeah.
So we'd go into my bedroom, and I found the video,
Yeah.
and you had to like match up where it was, because you want to rewind it right back to where it was, right? And I popped in, and he was like, holy shit. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, now meanwhile, you're 10 years old, 11 years old, right? You have no idea what to do with the porn at this point.
No, you
You're
don't.
just looking at naked girls that you never seen before.
Yeah.
And you're like, because I remember we used to watch the scrambled porn. Like
Yes.
you'd be on like the Spice
Yes,
channel.
and for a second it would
you
be
see a
fine,
boob,
and then
like,
and then it back to
and back to
scramble,
scramble, yeah.
and then it's like, yep.
And then
yeah.
some of my friends had the box. Remember the
Yep.
flat pancake box to
Yep.
scramble, so you can unscramble the stuff.
Yeah.
And we'd be sitting there like at 10 o'clock at night, and like the Spice channel would turn pornographic, and be like, oh my god, we've seen like
It was a good time. Those are the days. We could
Yeah.
actually pull
Now
it
we're
off.
so desensitized because you could literally go on our phone right now and find 100 sites to get naked girls.
Yeah, we've actually watched things together. Remember
have.
Maddie? We think
Yes.
was it double penetration that Maddie put on the television? Like,
That was New Year's Eve we spent here looking at pornographic materials in my living room.
yeah, it was.
So, the kids these days have no idea the challenge we had.
No, and,
20 years
and
ago.
everybody should have that challenge so they don't get desensitized.
That's true.
You're going to give yourself self-inflicted ED.
You were like a fucking pioneer finding gold in the Wild West.
You
when
were.
You found porn in the woods.
You were.
And some 17-year-old like fucking hit it there.
Well, in my case, no, it was really strange. It was next to Redstone Shopping Center in Stoneham, and there's this little patch of woods. And I walked in there one day because me and my buddies used to hang out back there and cut through there. And on like these trees in the woods were like these giant centerfold pictures on each of the
They're, like,
trees.
hanging them?
Yeah, they were like posted on the trees.
Yeah.
And it was the most baffling thing, but it was like, oh my god, we each took them down and like kept each one
Oh,
for
yeah,
ourselves. Brought them home.
So there's a hill down the street over here called Ken's Hill in North Revere. And my buddy Lucas lived on the other side of the hill. So we used to go up there and set fires. We used to make like little campfires and go up there and hang out. And I remember one day we went up there and we found a couple magazines because that's where the high school kids used to drink.
Yeah.
So we were like 12, 13 years old. And the 16, 17-year-olds would go up there and drink and have like little bonfires on the weekend. So I went up there and we're like, oh my God, we found a couple magazines. And we used to find like beer cans and like beers that weren't drank and drink like a beer that was sitting there for 3 days. You know what I mean? All that stuff. And we found the porn. And I remember us sitting up there ripping out. We were like going like rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
And we're
guess
going
what?
in order, picking our favorite, pictures on the magazine.
Yeah.
And I would go home, and I remember coming home and having them in my pocket. My mother was like, "What's in your pocket?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just running into my room." My mother never went into my room. I think she was afraid of what she was going to find.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet.
I think since my room was in the basement, she probably went in there maybe 3 times. She used to go. So you never been to my parents' house. So we go into the basement to the end of the stairs. There's a little hallway. And then in that hallway is the entrance to my bedroom. And my mother used to stand in the hallway and yell for me. I think she was afraid of what she was going to find or afraid of what she was going to say.
My mom would
or
do that
something
too,
like
though. I don't know. Maybe she's afraid of you.
I think moms are a little
stroking the
apprehensive.
salami.
Yeah, you don't want to see
Yeah.
the 13 or 14-year-old boy doing something else. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, I had all the privileges in the world. I had a fucking computer with internet.
Yeah, me too.
Since
It was pretty
95.
awesome. Yeah. I was
Like,
in 98.
literally, I remember I got busted one night for porn because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was still that ding, ding, ding,
Yep.
ding, ding, ding. And I was probably like, it was before the broadband internet came out.
Yeah,
So
we didn't have a splitter, so I had to unhook the phone line and plug in that line.
So I had it
And-
hooked into the phone line in the house, and in my parents' room, they had a telephone that would blink when the line was on.
Okay.
So I remember one night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It must have been blinking really bright. My father was laying in bed and seen the light. And he goes, I didn't get off the fucking internet. And I was like, I'm not on the internet. And I just like pulled the phone line from the wall. So know what I did? One day when they were home, I went up, I took apart the telephone, and I cut the fucking wires on the LED.
Oh.
So when I was on the line, they had no idea anymore.
That's a good way to go about it.
Except when they went to use the phone.
Well, at 2 o'clock in the morning, they weren't using the phone. And I was too busy on like GeoCities or Yahoo Chat trying to pick up broads. Age, sex, location.
ASL.
What is he chewing on?
Tommy, what are you chewing on?
Chewing on
It's like, are you chewing on anything?
No, I could
I think he was licking the blanket a little bit.
Is there a roller?
Oh my god.
I'm a sweater.
Hey, it's the
You look like Tommy.
it's the shaggin' wagon.
I'm Tommy.
Chicks
I
dig
have
it.
a roller.
All right, I think we hit the hour mark.
Yeah, I think we did. We definitely did.
I like going down memory lane, talking about our adolescent days.
Yeah.
It's 8:00. It's still very bright outside, and Doubleback's about to go to bed.
Yeah,
That's about right.
it is.
So, excuse me. No, it tastes like Pringles. So we'll be on next Monday,
Yeah,
July 2nd. And then we're going back to Wednesdays. Starting July 11th. I think that's the Wednesday after the 4th.
Yeah.
And, yes. And stay tuned. Do you want to plug? I've seen a couple of your episodes of you doing. Have you have a couple? Are you putting them out every week or every other week?
They're like a couple a month. I'm going for.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
every other week or so.
Yeah, I got one. That's I just keep forgetting to do it. I have one that's going up. That should be up. I think I'll put up tomorrow. I have
Nice.
A movie review.
And how can people get these movie reviews?
Oh, thank you, sir. I mean my video ones, my YouTube ones.
yeah.
I have one coming up tomorrow. You can go to. I just go through whirlwindreports.com. You can easily find the link right there.
All right. There you go.
Or follow on Twitter. There's a link there too.
And
at
if you
Whirlwind Report.
Yep, whirlwindreport.com.
At Whirlwind Report on Twitter or
That's right.
whirlwindreports.com. Do it.
Or Instagram.
Ugh.
Because Adam doesn't have an Instagram. So you have to,
I know it's there. I just don't utilize it
If you
very much.
tag him, we have to do Whirlwind Report. Or Whirlwind.
Yeah, Whirlwind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there, but I don't like using Instagram. It doesn't really suit me well for what I do.
You're not a picture guy? You're more of like, you're like Powers. You're not a picture guy. You're just more like an angry verbalization of
Picture
something.
guy doesn't work well with what I do because it's reviews.
Sure.
So I just put the movie poster.
That makes
And
sense.
then it just doesn't work as well.
If you like this podcast, I advise you go to Podbean or iTunes and you subscribe and you like and leave a comment and give us a thumbs up. If it helps, I'll put pictures of Susie on there, so maybe you can like those. Yeah? No?
What kind of pictures of Susie?
Oh, like you playing golf the other day.
How many takes did that? How many takes was that?
That was one. That was slow motion.
I know, but how much?
No, it was one. I just walked up.
The first take.
Actually, we didn't actually look at her until we got home. We're sitting there laying on the couch, and I'm like going through some video I took over the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I just took 2 videos. I'm like, you hit the ball pretty good. It was straight fucking boom.
Nice.
Which is like the only 2 times she hit the ball all day. So I was like, coincidentally, I got.
No.
We'll hit yours later.
My,
Oh!
my first hit went 150 yards.
Pin a rose on your nose.
You hit air.
The
Yeah.
whiff.
I did pretty good towards the end of the night.
It's all good.
Yes.
No judgment.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait for save this for next week.
All right then.
Yeah. So if you like the podcast, I would subscribe to it on iTunes or Podbean. And if you're watching us on YouTube, which is a lot of people watching us on YouTube because they like to see your face, I hear.
Oh, stop.
That's what I hear.
Oh, stop.
Subscribe. All you have to do is hit the little subscribe button that's right in that area over there and hit the little alarm clock. So every time we post a new video, you get instantly sent to your phone. And leave them a comment or two, and tell us what you think. And while you're on there, check out Doubleback telling the Buffalo Bills fans 6 months ago how happy he is they made the playoffs. So, which is still the number one rated video on my my YouTube account. So, there you go. So we'll see you guys next Monday. Have a good week. Bye-bye. Toodaloo, motherfucker.